Welcome, and it's lovely to see you, but 6 years, what have you been doing?
I know, it was a long break. When I finished the last album and winter came, I felt I needed a break and the music needed a break.
For decades, Enya's ethereal voice and haunting melodies have captivated millions worldwide. Yet the woman behind the music has remained shrouded in mystery. How did a young girl from a small Irish village transform into one of the best-selling artists in history without ever chasing the limelight? Now, at age 64, Enya has reportedly confirmed a long-time speculation that fans have quietly wondered about, shedding new light on her extraordinary life and career. From layered vocals recorded in a converted scout hut to the peaceful sanctuary of her castle home, Enya's story is unlike any other in the music world. The long-held rumor revealed. For years, Enya's mystique has been a subject of endless speculation among fans and media alike. Behind her angelic voice and ethereal music, many wondered about the quieter truths she kept hidden from public view. Now, at age 64, Enya has reportedly confirmed a rumor that has long swirled in whispers, one that offers a direct glimpse into the person behind the music. This revelation does not just touch on her career, but also her personal choices and the way she has navigated life in the spotlight. What makes this confirmation so compelling is how it fits with the image fans have painted over decades: a woman who values privacy above all, who delivers haunting beauty without ever seeking the fame that often accompanies it. Enya's admission underscores her unique relationship with success, where music is craft and sanctuary, rather than a vehicle for celebrity. Instead of chasing public attention, she has always maintained a delicate balance, keeping her distance while inviting listeners into her world through song. Though she has shared little publicly across her career, this moment of openness carries weight deeper than most would expect. It's an alleged confirmation that enlightens long-standing questions while simultaneously deepening the aura of mystery around her. The subtle blend of guardedness and revelation creates a story that fans have waited years to hear in her own words, one that resonates beyond mere gossip or curiosity. This admission also challenges assumptions about what it means to be a successful artist in the modern world. It reveals how Enya consciously shaped her path, choosing introspection over exposure, quality over quantity. The fulfillment she has found in this lifestyle offers a valuable lesson for those fascinated by the fame-driven music industry and reminds us that true artistry often comes with a price not measured in charts or headlines. As the story unfolds, it's clear that this alleged confirmation is not an end, but a deeper beginning. It invites a look back at the origins of the artist, the roots that fed her distinctive voice, and the quiet strength behind her success. Preparing to explore these foundations, we turn to the Irish village that shaped Enya's journey from the very start. Her early life offers clues to the deep well of creativity and tradition that Enya would draw on to build her extraordinary career. Early life in Ireland. Enya, born Ethna ní Brionnaigh on May 17, 1961, grew up in a tight-knit family in the small village of Gweedore, County Donegal, Ireland. As the sixth of 9 children, her childhood was wrapped in music, language, and a strong sense of community. Her parents, Leo and Mary Brennan, were passionate about music and played a significant role in the local cultural scene. Leo's Tavern, opened in 1968, became a hub for musicians and performers, nurturing the Brennan family's talents and the broader Irish musical tradition. Growing up in a region where Irish Gaelic was the primary language, Enya's early exposure to her native tongue and folklore deeply influenced her artistic sensibilities. From as young as 3 years old, she showed a remarkable passion for music and performance. Participation in local festivals and school plays such as her memorable role as Little Red Riding Hood at the Guidor Theatre, provided early experiences that shaped her confidence and connection to storytelling through song. Enya began piano lessons at age 4 and participated in numerous singing competitions, developing the calm, poised demeanor she would become known for. Despite a lively household filled with siblings, her childhood was marked by love and creative encouragement. Enya's early education, marked by a boarding school experience at Milford College at age 11, broadened her horizons further. There, classical music, Latin, and arts sparked new interests and influenced her evolving musical style. The financial assistance her grandfather provided for her educational expenses demonstrated how her family maintained strong educational values, which included support for her artistic growth. Enya dedicated her time after high school to studying classical music at college because she wanted to become a music teacher through traditional educational methods. She decided to pursue artistic independence because she wanted to create her own unique artistic identity. Enya faced both inspiration and difficulty from her family band, Clannad, which achieved success through Celtic music, as she worked to establish her distinct musical style. The initial period Guidor dedicated to talent development created a lasting musical heritage which established strong cultural and musical roots in the community. The program equipped Enya with essential skills to navigate her upcoming life choices, which required her to choose between her family's shared achievements and her personal goals. The musical elements from her childhood training that she learned during her early development continue to shape her artistic expression throughout her musical career. The understanding of these beginnings provides complete understanding of Enya's future career choices and artistic expression. The document shows how she established deep connections with two people who would remain her artistic partners throughout their lifetime. The following section shows how Enya established her personal sound after she left her family band. Her move to embark on a solo career bolstered by close partnerships set the stage for a musical revolution built on patience and innovation. Joining Clannad and early career. Before becoming the solo artist known globally as Enya, she was an integral contributor to Clannad, the Celtic band formed by her older siblings and uncles in 1970. Although not an official member, Enya lent her talents as a keyboardist and vocalist on their early albums, including Cran Ul and Fuaim. Her work added new layers and textures to the band's sound, blending folk traditions with emerging musical ideas. While Clannad was gaining recognition, Enya quietly nurtured aspirations for a solo career that would allow her full creative expression. A turning point came in 1982 during a tour in Switzerland, when tensions within Clannad prompted the departure of the band's manager Nicky Ryan and lyricist Roma Ryan. Enya chose to leave with them, prioritizing her desire to make music on her own terms over staying with the family group. This decision marked her break from familiar comforts and indicated a willingness to embrace uncertainty for the sake of artistic freedom. With limited resources but strong resolve, Enya moved to Dublin and began working closely with Nicky and Roma Ryan, who together would become the core team behind her solo work. Despite financial challenges, including having a bank reject loan applications, they adapted by converting a scout hut in the Ryan family's backyard into a makeshift recording studio called Aigle Studios. The name, meaning eagle in French, reflected the soaring ambition of the venture and its humble but creative spirit. During this period, Enya supported herself by selling her saxophone and giving piano lessons as the trio maximized every available opportunity. Their collaborative dynamic was unique. Nicky focused on production and arrangement, Roma crafted lyrics, and Enya refined her sound through careful self-recording and experimentation. This intimate working environment nurtured a deep artistic synergy, laying the foundation for the lush vocal layering and atmospheric textures that would define Enya's music. Her initial performances as a solo artist showed her to be careful, yet her performances made a strong impression through her 1983 television concert at Dublin's National Stadium, in which she played her piano while displaying both shyness and determination. Enya also contributed to soundtracks, such as for The Frog Prince in 1984, which became the first official use of her name Enya as a simplified version of her actual name. The experiences she gained through these activities helped her to develop new skills while she protected her desire for privacy. The distinct musical style of Enya started to form through her practice of recording multiple tracks, which she used to create music that combined Celtic, classical, and folk elements into a sound that remained both contemporary and ageless. The 1987 release of her first solo album through Enya established the music of her career, which achieved only limited success at that time but showed signs of future achievements. Her voice and vision development process, which took place during her early career period, demonstrated her ability to control artistic development till she achieved her signature style. Enya's departure from Clannad was more than a career move. It was an assertion of independence and artistic identity. The journey from those early studio sessions to global charts was gradual but inevitable, as Enya's music quietly began to touch lives far beyond her native Ireland. Building the Enya sound. Enya's signature sound emerged from a collaborative yet intensely private creative process that she developed with producer Nicky Ryan and lyricist Roma Ryan. After leaving Clannad, the trio transformed a disused scout hut in Dublin into Aigla Studios, a modest but crucial space where Enya could experiment freely. Here, Enya embraced a meticulous method, layering her voice hundreds of times to create the rich, textured harmonies that became her hallmark. This painstaking technique wasn't just about volume. It was about crafting an immersive atmosphere that felt both timeless and deeply personal. The freedom to control every nuance came with a significant sense of responsibility. Enya's perfectionism meant she would record, listen, and re-record tirelessly until every note met her high standard. This dedication was essential to shaping the ethereal, flowing compositions that would distinguish her from mainstream artists. Instead of conforming to commercial expectations, she forged a sound that blended Celtic tradition with classical influences, laying the groundwork for what would later be categorized as New Age music, though Enya herself resisted simple labels. The first album under her stage name Enya, released in 1987, was a quiet introduction to this new sound. It achieved moderate success in Ireland and the UK, but hinted at the extraordinary impact to come. Tracks like I Want Tomorrow showcased her ability to evoke deep emotion without an extensive vocal range or flashy production. Enya's music was about subtlety, serenity, and transporting listeners to a serene inner world, a stark contrast to pop's energetic frenzy. Roma Ryan's poetic lyrics complemented this sound perfectly, often drawing on mythology, spirituality, and nature. Together, the trio created music that felt like a whispered secret, inviting listeners to pause and enter a spellbinding sonic landscape. Nicky Ryan's production mastery ensured every layer seamlessly merged, giving each song a unique, enveloping quality. This triad's synergy was as much about trust and shared vision as it was technical expertise. Enya's stint as a session musician and backing vocalist on other artists' works, including Mike Oldfield's projects, helped refine her musicality. However, her true breakthrough came when Warner Music's chairman, Rob Dickens, famously granted her complete creative freedom and no deadlines. This rare trust unleashed the full potential of her meticulous approach, setting the stage for a career defined by patience and excellence rather than quantity. The 1988 release of Watermark marked a turning point. Its success far exceeded expectations, propelled by the haunting single Orinoco Flow, which topped UK charts for 3 weeks. This album introduced millions to Enya's sweeping vocal landscapes and Celtic-infused melodies, influencing not only new age but popular music globally. The album's reception broke down boundaries, proving that ethereal, contemplative music could engage a wide audience. The success of Watermark established Enya as a distinct musical artist who created revolutionary music which did not sound like any other artist. She built her musical identity through every album she released after her debut, which allowed her to update her musical style while maintaining her core artistic elements. She maintained her distance from the public eye by staying away from industry parties and avoiding media attention, which helped her maintain an air of mystery about her artistic work. Listeners started to see her albums as complete artistic works, which provided them with a deep experience that encouraged them to think and feel. Enya's music received critical acclaim, while building a worldwide fan base who loved its artistic value and restrained style. Her rise from regional Irish performer to global music icon demonstrated how genuine artistic expression combined with humble self-assurance can create success. Enya reached a new musical dimension, which combined innovative elements with traditional sounds and allowed her to express herself beyond current musical fashions. Enya followed an unconventional career trajectory, which required her to maintain her personal approach to making music despite her increasing fame. Her unyielding commitment to her work would lead to her achieving extraordinary global influence and fame. Enya's breakthrough and unique voice set the stage for an unprecedented level of worldwide acclaim and record-breaking sales. Worldwide success and influence. With the release of Watermark and its hit single Orinoco Flow, Enya catapulted onto the international stage, quickly becoming one of the most successful artists of her generation. Her albums have sold between 80 to 100 million copies worldwide, placing her among the top-selling musical acts in history. This remarkable achievement is all the more extraordinary considering her music's tranquil and introspective nature, which contrasts sharply with the flashy, high-energy styles often dominating the charts. Following the success of Watermark, Enya's 1991 album, Shepherd Moons, further cemented her popularity. The album sustained her signature blend of lush harmonies and Celtic influences while expanding her fanbase globally. Tracks from Shepherd Moons were embraced by listeners who found solace and inspiration in the calm, otherworldly soundscapes she produced. This album solidified Enya's reputation as an artist whose work transcended cultural and generational boundaries. By 2000, Enya released A Day Without Rain, an album defined by gentle melodies and spiritual calm, which became one of the best-selling albums in the United States following the tragic events of September of 2001. The song Only Time emerged as an anthem of healing, offering comfort during a period of national sorrow. This track's soothing presence on radio and television highlighted the emotional power of Enya's music and its ability to unite people in shared reflection. Beyond commercial sales, Enya's work has earned numerous awards and nominations, including 4 Grammy Awards, a Golden Globe, and an Academy Award nomination. These honors recognized not only her vocal artistry, but also her contributions to film and television music. Despite this acclaim, Enya herself remained focused on the music rather than public recognition, underscoring her commitment to creative integrity. Enya's approach to fame was distinctly unconventional. Unlike many artists who embrace the spotlight, she found celebrity overwhelming. The demands of touring, frequent public appearances, and constant media exposure conflicted with her desire for privacy and artistic control. Consequently, she chose not to tour or perform live concerts, a rarity among artists at her level of success. This decision sometimes puzzled industry insiders, but reflected Enya's prioritization of peace and creative freedom. The extended intervals between her albums often frustrated fans, but stemmed from her perfectionist nature and desire to produce music at her own pace. Each new album was the result of years of refinement, not commercial pressure. This patience rewarded her with high-quality work that maintained relevance and influenced evolving genres, especially new age and ambient music. Artists from diverse musical backgrounds have cited Enya as an inspiration, and her sound has been sampled and adapted across genres, including R&B and hip-hop. This cross-pollination reflects the timelessness and adaptability of her music. Enya's influence persists in the work of contemporary musicians who admire her unparalleled ability to blend atmosphere, emotion, and melody. Her legacy is not only in record sales or awards, but in creating a unique musical space that invited listeners to slow down, reflect, and experience a different kind of beauty. Enya's soft yet powerful music became a soundtrack for moments of peace amid a fast-moving world, a quality few artists have matched. Her success thus reshaped expectations of how music could move audiences without conforming to mainstream norms. Her worldwide impact is a testament to the depth of connection her music fosters, proving that approachable yet profound art can resonate across cultures. As Enya's career advanced, her commitment to a private life and slow creative process remained steadfast, setting the stage for the quieter journey she continues to embrace today. Her steadfast dedication to privacy and perfectionism would define not only her career, but also the unique challenges she would face next. The price of privacy. Enya's remarkable career has always been defined as much by what she didn't do as by what she did. Unlike most global stars, she has steadfastly avoided the relentless demands of touring and media appearances. This choice arose from a profound desire to protect her privacy and creative space. In an industry where constant visibility is often considered essential, Enya charted a quieter course, focusing on music over fame. This deliberate distancing from the spotlight has not been without its challenges. As her popularity grew, so did the pressure to participate in interviews, award shows, and promotional events. Enya often found these demands draining and at odds with her introspective nature. She has openly spoken about embracing her shyness, recognizing it not as a weakness, but as a genuine part of her identity, and choosing to communicate through her music rather than public appearances. The extended pauses between albums often puzzled fans and industry professionals alike. While many artists rush to release new projects annually or biennially, Enya moves at her own unhurried pace. She has emphasized the importance of gathering new inspiration and allowing her music to develop organically rather than succumbing to commercial timetables. This perfectionism means every song and note must feel right to her before sharing it with the world. Her meticulous approach is also reflected in her layered vocal recordings, sometimes numbering in the hundreds of tracks for a single album. This laborious process demands time and solitude, reinforcing the need for a protected creative environment away from distractions. Enya's refusal to conform to the typical pop star image has garnered both admiration and puzzled curiosity among fans who yearn for more access yet respect her boundaries. While some people misinterpret her quiet nature as showing distance from others, she actually shows deep spiritual understanding, according to her friends. She wants her music to deliver its message through her music, instead of her interviews and personal stories. Through this belief system, she has achieved complete control over her professional and personal existence, which enables her to build a permanent legacy based on authentic value instead of temporary fashion trends and celebrity scandal. The music industry expects artists to tour as their primary industry path, yet she chose to follow a different way. Enya believed her music could succeed without touring, because most artists depend on their performances to generate revenue and connect with their audience. Her belief demonstrates she perceives her music to have worldwide appeal, while she expects listeners to understand her artistic vision. Enya has always chosen to protect her health and true self against the music industry demands, which require her to increase her public visibility. She has acknowledged the pressures to outdo previous successes, which at times complicated the creative process. She wanted to create music which reflected her artistic vision, but she fought against making her music commercially acceptable to wider audiences by compromising her distinct musical style. People who achieve great success face high public visibility, yet they must find ways to protect their personal space. Enya's journey shows that people can maintain their private life while achieving great success. Her career demonstrates how quiet persistence leads to achievement. This contemplative existence naturally leads to the stories behind the shield, the hidden facets of Enya's private life and personal passions. Life beyond the spotlight. While Enya's music has reached millions, her personal life remains notably private, chosen deliberately and defended fiercely. She resides in Manderley Castle, a secluded and beautifully restored mansion just outside Dublin, which she purchased in 1997. This refuge provides precisely the peace and safety she values, especially after encounters with stalkers led to enhanced security measures like high walls, new gates, and a sophisticated alarm system. Inside Manderley Castle, Enya personally selects every detail, from furnishings to decoration, crafting a sanctuary that reflects her tastes and need for calm. Despite her soaring fame, she rarely grants interviews or public appearances, preferring to let her work speak for itself. Over the years, she has expressed comfort with her shy nature, seeing it as integral to who she is, rather than something to overcome. Enya's personal beliefs lean towards spirituality rather than formal religion. She finds solace in the quietude of empty churches, where peacefulness reigns without ceremony. This spiritual grounding infuses her music with a reflective quality that connects with listeners seeking calm in a chaotic world. Political views are mostly private. However, she did vocalize concern about wealth distribution in Ireland during the late 1980s. Romantically, Enya has consciously chosen a path different from many celebrities. She has never married and has no children by deliberate choice, preferring instead to be a loving aunt to her many nieces and nephews. In interviews, she has shared candid concerns about people being attracted to her fame rather than her authentic self, a fear that influenced her personal decisions. At one point, she briefly contemplated starting a family, but ultimately found greater contentment pursuing her own way. The artist Enya shows her dedication to both literature and visual arts through her work as a musician. She collects paintings by renowned Irish and British artists and enjoys painting herself, though she rarely shares her work publicly. Her love of books includes treasured first editions of classics like Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier and The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. She lives an intellectual life dedicated to deep thinking through her artistic passion and transformative reading experiences which she keeps hidden from the world. Enya enjoys watching classic black and white films, which include Hitchcock thrillers, and she also likes to watch complex dramas such as Breaking Bad and Mad Men. She enjoys these activities with her close friends and collaborators Roma and Nikki Ryan, who form her intimate support network for both her personal life and professional endeavors. Enya dedicated herself to improving her health and well-being after a severe car accident in 1997, because she needed to rebuild her strength through medical treatment and recovery. The experience brought new insight into the deep musical and life philosophies which she developed during her life. She has also spoken warmly about moments of cultural significance, such as Princess Diana's passing, when the inclusion of her song Watermark on a tribute album felt deeply meaningful. Enya maintains her dedication to creative expression through her private life, which she protects from outside contact. She values her inner world and close relationships because she wants to achieve personal fulfillment instead of seeking public recognition. Her musical creations find inspiration in her life experiences, which result in artistic works that deeply resonate with audiences throughout the world. Her private sanctuary and spiritual foundation provide the quiet strength on which her unique musical legacy is built, sustained by intention and guarded personal freedom. Recent years and future plans. In recent years, Enya has maintained her presence quietly but thoughtfully within the music world, much like the private life she carefully cultivates. Since late 2019, her official social media accounts have become more active, offering fans glimpses into her ongoing work and musical legacy. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter now feature updated posts, while streaming services such as Spotify and Apple Music showcase high-quality versions of her classic tracks and refreshed playlists. Anniversaries have been a focal point for celebrating Enya's enduring influence. In 2020, the 20th anniversary of the album A Day Without Rain was marked by a special YouTube video featuring personal reflections from Enya and her close collaborators Roma and Nicky Ryan. This intimate glimpse behind the scenes connected fans to the creative process and the heartfelt emotions tied to one of her most beloved works. Follow-up events in 2021 honored the 30th anniversary of Shepherd Moons, including watch parties that renewed interest across generations. The Eagle Studios team showed its commitment to music production during the COVID-19 pandemic by upgrading its recording equipment for upcoming musical projects. Enya, Roma, and Nicky expressed eagerness to resume work, suggesting that new creative projects are on the horizon. Enya's music reaches timeless quality through its special vinyl releases, which include the 20th anniversary edition of May It Be. The musical impact of Enya continues to shape modern music. Her 1986 song Boadicea has been sampled by numerous modern artists, including Metro Boomin and The Weeknd in their hit Creepin'. Enya developed the song title through her creative process, which enabled her to develop tracks that connect various musical styles with different age groups. The track won the BMY London Song of the Year award in December 2024, officially recognizing Enya's role alongside her longtime collaborator, Nicky Ryan. The 2023 vinyl release of her rare 1997 collection, A Box of Dreams, served as fresh promotion for Enya's complete musical works, which she reissued through Reissued Works. Enya and Roma Ryan wrote the release's liner notes, which contain a message that suggests their future collaboration will happen later. The 35th anniversary of Watermark received special vinyl editions and a Dolby Atmos version of Orinoco Flow, which showed how her early work continues to maintain its active presence in contemporary music. Enya's official website underwent a complete redesign in 2023 after it had remained inactive during the previous period. The digital update reflects her current partnership with her team to develop fresh fan interaction methods while maintaining their public persona under strict control. These changes, which she implemented after years of staying out of public view, indicate that she has become more open to others while still protecting her personal space. The recent victory of Watermark at the RTE Choice Music Prize for Classic Irish Album reaffirmed the extensive acclaim which Enya's music has received throughout the years. Warner Music Ireland's managing director delivered Enya's message to the audience, because she did not attend the Dublin Awards ceremony. The recognition demonstrates how her first solo album continues to influence both Irish music and global music traditions. Enya's story is one of quiet resilience, creative vision, and steadfast dedication to privacy. From her Irish roots to global superstardom, she has remained true to her own pace and purpose. If you enjoyed exploring Enya's remarkable journey, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more stories about the world's most fascinating artists.